First things first. Do you know what a flea is? A flea is an insect similar to the bedbug. It sucks on your blood just like the bedbug does, or a tick, or even a mosquito. However, it cannot fly cause it doesn't have wings. It jumps though to get from one place to another. Also, take note that in this story, the fever, that is the flu or the running temperature you get sometimes, it is personified, meaning it has a life, a voice and a persona. And it's quite possible you won't look at the flea or especially the fever the same way again after this little story. Once it so happens that a fever and a flea bump into each other on a country or village road. The flea especially gets very angry and this soon starts an argument between the flea and the fever, during which the flea tells the fever, "You are a nobody. You are so insignificant that you can't even be seen. No wonder I bumped into you." The fever gets upset being spoken to like this by a small blood-sucking insect at that. He says, "Oh, as if you are anybody? Just because you can be seen and you can jump around, it doesn't make you any better than me." The flea says, "Ha! Don't you compare yourself with me? I am any day better than you and I even have a much better life than you." "Oh dear, I would never even think of trading my life with yours. So pathetic." The argument has now turned into a fight and the fight only gets hotter and hotter by the minute. Anytime now, the flea and the fever will begin to scratch out each other's eyes. Realizing they won't get anywhere with this, the fever finally calms down enough to place a challenge in front of the flea. A challenge that can prove who enjoys a better life and status. "Let's place a bet," the fever says. "Let's both walk away from here, go in different directions in search of our next victim and stay with that victim for the next 3 days. On the 4th day, we will meet here again at this very place and share our experiences and compare the results. That will prove which one of us is better and lives better." "Good idea. Done," the flea agrees, and they both shake hands over the challenge and go their different ways. Fast forward to the 4th day, that is the meeting day. Both the fever and the flea arrive at that very place as agreed upon, and the flea is looking all haggard and worn out. The fever is surprised to see the flea in that condition and he asks him, "Whatever happened to you? Why do you look so tired and weak?" The flea lets out a long sigh and says, "Oh, what do I say? I've had such a hard time. I doubted if I could even make it here." The fever insisted, "But tell me, what happened?" The flea says, "After we parted ways, I came upon a palatial building and went inside. Oh, the grandeur of it! Everything was so beautiful and shiny in there. The floor, the pillars, the walls, the paintings, the curtains, the king-sized bed, the smooth satin covers. Oh, you should have seen it to believe it. It was the most wonderful, beautiful place I had ever set my eyes upon. I retired to bed early that evening and slid under the welcome satin covers. I will never be able to express the pleasure of it. The fever said, "Wow, you sound like you had a stroke of good luck. Why then are you looking in such a bad and sad state?" The flea continued, "Alas, my good luck soon ran out. Late into the night, as I was snoring away, dreaming sweet dreams, I felt something or someone heavy get into the bed beside me. He was one fat man and he smelled strongly of brandy, and my snoring was nothing compared to his. That was the end of my sweet night and sweet dreams. I just could not go back to sleep after that. Seeing him sleep soundly after ruining my night made me all the more mad. I decided to ruin his sleep as well. And the flea that I am, I went at him tooth and nail and bit him all over. How he thrashed and scratched. Oh my God, you should have seen him. But my sweet revenge soon came to an end. When he roared and called for his servants, complaining something was in his bed, half a dozen men came at once, put on the lights, nearly turned the bed upside down, till one of them set his eyes on me. "A flea! Kill him!" he screamed, and they all came after me. All of a sudden, I had become the VVIP. Very, very irritating pest. As they hunted and hounded me all night, left and right, up and down, forward and backward, I had to flee, run from them, jumping here and there and where not all night. But then I had to somehow stay put in that horrendous place for 2 more days because of our bet. I can't even begin to tell you the horrors I faced. Those men kept looking for me everywhere all the time, and I had to stealthily change places every few minutes. No food, no sleep for 3 whole days. I doubted if I'll even be alive to tell the story. But today finally arrived and I just ran for my life. And here I am. The fever said, "Oh no, that is such a stroke of bad luck indeed. I feel sorry for you." The flea asked, "But tell me, how did you fare? You don't look so bad." The fever said, Well, let me tell you my experience and you can decide for yourself how I fared. Soon after we parted, I came upon my first victim, a humble peasant, a farmer for those who don't know. And remembering and honoring our bet, I jumped right into him. In a short while, he started to feel my presence, and leaving all work on the field, he went to his home straight away, a cozy looking humble abode, and he called out to his wife, "Dear wife, I don't think I feel so well. I might be down with a fever." His wife was a simple woman but pretty to look at, and she immediately came over, helped the farmer inside the house, helped him change into more comfortable clothes, and in no time made ready a small but very comfortable bed with warm covers, lovingly patted his head and went off to make a big bowl of delicious vegetable broth with a slice of toast. Starting that day and the next 2 days were just heaven for me. Warm and tasty soups, broths, porridge, and a nice toast and bun on the side. Not to mention the loving whispers, hugs, and kisses telling to get well soon. I was so well looked after and so well fed there, I just did not want to leave. If not for our promise to meet here today, I would still have been lying inside that farmer in that cozy little home and enjoyed their hospitality for a few more days. That's the end of the story. So now, you tell me, who do you think won the bet? I'm sure the answer is plain and clear, but just in case you need extra help with the answer, just think about how your mother treats you when you have a fever.